Hi and welcome to the Social Commuter Podcast, the marketing podcast keeping you up to date on the go.
With your host, Georgia Smith
and Eloise Fenwick.
We have an insane amount of platform updates to go through this week. I mean, it's intense. So we're going to have to go through some big ones and then just give you guys a hints on the smaller ones, I think. So do you want to kick it off?
Okay, so my first platform update. Well, first of all, actually, I just wanted to bring it back a couple of weeks and talk about the Instagram carousel post because we actually never mentioned that because I think it must happen midweek.
Yeah.
But we've been seeing a lot of people using this feature, using more than 10 posts,
15
photos in a
now,
post. Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, I don't have 15 pictures that I could post. For photo dumps, though, they're great.
Brilliant, right? Yeah, so I'm
them.
really looking forward to getting on this.
Yeah, when I one day have 15 pictures, I will post them. I tried to do a photo dump the other day, and I had one picture of me and you, and that was it. And I was like, this is going to have to do me. But it's fine. I think it is so great, because people have been asking for it for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's going to complain at 15, they've got a problem.
Yeah, and honestly, compared to the trends that we normally talk about, that one has been so used. I've seen so many people use that, so it's a much needed one.
It is. So,
yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I love that. Anyway, so on to the new platform updates. Instagram have introduced a new hashtags discovery. So basically, this is to help people reach more accounts, which is brilliant for us social media managers. It's basically going to make hashtags more effective. So when you click on a hashtag, you'll now get a discover page rather than just the topic page. Yeah,
it's great. And I saw that, and I was like, thank God. It just adds a bit more to hashtags now. I feel like people might use hashtags a bit more.
Yeah.
Try and push them, because it obviously gives you all the different options now. So you have like accounts, don't you? The For You bit. Sounds now, I think they're adding to it.
Ooh.
Don't know how they're doing that, but I think it's great.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to say something, I forgot what I was
going to say.
Never mind. And then another one I have about Instagram is that they're now making Reels 3 minutes long. So we're seeing the same transition to longer form content.
I mean, maybe they'll incentivize people like TikTok did.
Exactly. Which again is interesting, considering attention span is getting shorter, but then
I don't know why they're going
longer.
For it.
I know.
It's keeping people on the app for a bit longer, and they're trying to aim for that, but I've given up with them, to be honest.
I know. Do you have any?
I mean, I have quite a few. So X is basically wanting to be LinkedIn. We've seen this before, but now they're going for it.
Yeah.
If you told me a couple of years ago Twitter is going to be like LinkedIn, I would have looked at you and been like, what are you on? It is the most random thing. And I get it. People like LinkedIn. I spend a lot of time on it. But, you're looking for a job. I would never say go on X.
No.
It's a thing now. So now they're trying to add more little filters and options. Trying to get people applying for jobs on X.
I know. I'm going to have to have a look at this.
It's going to really weird me out, because LinkedIn, I understand. Twitter for jobs, they don't combat in my head in the slightest.
Odd, isn't it? Yeah.
We don't question it. And then TikTok, as we mentioned, they're loving creators at the minute. We've been saying that for the past couple of weeks. They're just trying to make the app better for us.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they did. So now they have a different LeadFinders bit. It's basically a lot of pages to read, a lot of documents, but it's the best way to try and get your post on. So they've basically given you a breakdown what you need to succeed on TikTok. They've broken down the algorithm, they've broken down everything like that. So you can just go to their website or search it, and we have linked it below as well. Have a little read about, I think you'd literally just put in your email. They want you for an email campaign, but it's a different point. You just shove in your email and then they'll send it you over, have a read. It's good. They've got a lot of valuable insights, but it's a lot. So when I sit down properly, I'll read it, but I don't have the attention span for that at the minute.
That's very fair.
So have you noticed anything else?
Yes, I have. So I've got a few about YouTube.
Yes.
So there's a new update with the AI content where you can now select that it is AI content when you're uploading it. So we'll talk about deep fakes and things that aren't obviously AI.
Because I mean, if you're going to post and people can tell, like a cartoon, they don't expect you to talk about that, but deepfakes, it's a problem. We talk about it all the time, that it is, I could see 10 years in the time that being like a serious thing, even 5 at this point. So glad they're doing this, and it's literally just like a little pop-up, isn't it? Go YouTube.
Yeah.
Because they need it.
Are we relying on people to self-disclose this though?
I think
this is the issue.
I'm hoping in the future they're going to be able to do it themselves, and they're going to have the tools to be like, this is AI, this isn't. Right now they don't. But I bet we're going to see that. I give it a couple months.
Yeah,
if that.
I agree. Because this is a really big problem, so I think they'll be on it.
They have to be.
Yeah. And then my other one about YouTube is there's a women program, like women creator program, where they're basically partnering creators up to help support each other.
I think it's fab.
I love this.
I love it so much. I think it's with like bigger creators partnering with small creators just for support.
Yeah.
Love them.
To educate and uplift.
I love
Yeah.
As they should do. And then I have noticed 2 more little bigger ones. So TikToks have the bigger commercial audio library, which they've had for a while now, but it's when creators themselves make sounds aimed at small businesses. If they asked me to make a sound, I feel like it would stress me out.
You already have made a sound.
They're natural though. That's just me absolutely chatting rubbish. But if they were like make a sound for a small business to use, that would really stress me out.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a whole library full of them.
Yeah, and we need new sounds because we lost half of them.
I bet that's why they've done it.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to keep people not hating us, so let's release a load of new sounds. And then LinkedIn, this one I mentioned to you, which you were so baffled about, because it's weird. LinkedIn's having puzzles on the app. And you might be like, what do you mean? Initially when I read it, I thought like, we've gone through a lot of job applications, can't speak. And then they do like puzzles as part of that. I thought, oh, maybe it's to do with that. But no, it's just for you to compete with like your employees and your company. It's so random. It's basically loads of little puzzles that they're releasing where you can compete and get like a company leaderboard.
Wow.
Yeah.
I quite like this, to be fair.
I think it's fun.
I sat on it. I think it's like good bonding.
It is good bonding.
Yeah.
But I'm really competitive. And I would be like on those apps all the time. Maybe that's what LinkedIn wants. Getting people on the app.
I think we cracked it.
There we go.
There we go.
But it's quite a fun one. And then we have a lot of mini updates, which I'm going to have to...
Oh, we're not even on the mini ones
yet.
yet.
No, they were the... I told you, this week, social media has been like, but it's fine. So X's have shared their new, I guess you could say, data. Basically, how many people have been on the app. People think it's a load of rubbish. That's the way of phrasing it. Mm-hmm. It seems like they've had the same amount of downloads now to 2021. The stats don't add up, and people are basically saying, that's wrong. What are they doing?
Yeah.
So keep an eye out. Maybe they'll release an apology, or maybe they are just losing that many people. They have to lie.
Maybe.
But we'll see. And then TikTok is now enabling brands to do... I guess they're basically trying to push brands to do more carousel posts. They said carousel and product tile posts are doing better than just the average post. So they want brands to use that instead.
Yeah.
To try and promote things. So on ads, you might be seeing a lot of carousel ads now. I don't think that would interest me as much, but...
It's interesting, isn't it? I've also seen TikTok ads actually switch now to a new form of content, and it's. I mean, we've seen UCG content in ads quite a lot, but particularly with the birth of TikTok Shop, there is so many adverts which literally just look like normal TikToks, but they're actually an ad.
Everything's an ad on TikTok right now. I've given up. If I watch something and I'm like, oh, that looks good, I've just had to expect it's an ad.
Yeah. And it's like nuts. it's literally a paid ad on there as well. Like a brand has paid for that video to be on there rather than just an influencer. Like, no, it's actually ridiculous at the moment. Yeah.
But talk about ads, because everyone's just loving selling things to us. Yeah. Instagram has done a focus on promo codes in their ads. Ooh. They've used it so people can track how many sales they're really getting from Instagram, which is very interesting, because I personally would love to know how many sales businesses are really getting from an Instagram post. Yeah. So I think it's very good they're adding little promo code bits, but we'll have to see what happens with that. And then Pinterest is going to Coachella. I know Coachella this year from the hype of when Pinterest pushing it. It's going to be a big one. So they've released loads of what they think Coachella trends are going to be. So keep an eye on Coachella updates, because even for us that sadly can't go, I feel like it's going to be a big one this year.
It's going to be a big one on social media. It normally is, to be fair. So.
Everyone loves a bit of Coachella content. And then TikTok is testing a new option for subscribers on lives. So basically, if you just subscribe to people on lives now on TikTok, you get loads of little perks, such as like subscriber-only chat. You get little custom emotes and bits like that. So keep an eye out.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. But that's my rundown on my little mini trends. Like I said, thank you. That's big. I know, there's a lot this week. People have gone... They've been bored. I think they've just updated everything with the smallest little differences, but it's quite cool. Yeah. Trends-wise, what have you had a nose at?
I have a couple.
Yeah.
So my first one is the wear trend.
Your description of this was beautiful. I know.
So I've seen quite a lot of these this week of people. I mean, I've particularly seen it with like people's type in like a boy particularly, and being like, give me an example of one. There's a boy that still lives with his parents. Where? Like, it's like that, but like just ridiculous, some of them. And it's really, really funny, but it's such a versatile trend. I can see that happening with any business. Like, you could so easily do something like that.
I think this is a fun trend.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to have a go at that.
Yeah.
And then I have noticed the Hello Sharks. So Shark Tank is apparently a trend of its own now. I've noticed it a lot, and then I didn't think of much of it, but then it's just more and more and more. Like today, I think I've seen like 5.
Yeah.
It's intense. It's basically the Shark Tank sort of soundtrack, you know, when people are like walking in, you know what I mean, like that, the sound. And then on top of it is just you sat there staring at the camera, basically, with text on top. It's like, hello Sharks, I'm looking for an investment of like 2% and £1,000 so I can go on holiday with my friends. It's like that. But you could do it with everything. And I mean, don't take it too seriously. Don't try and actually get investments for your business from TikTok. But you could have fun and be like, I'm asking for this much so I can buy a coffee machine in my office. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something fun. So it's a good one. And then also seen 2014 is like the thing at the minute. Everyone's loving it. I mean, it was a great year. Yeah. Everything was fun. But you know that filter? I think you used it in one of our TikToks earlier this week. It's like a purpley pinkish filter. Everyone used it when we were looking at, like, you know, Lauren Gray back in 2014, 15, 16. Musically sort of vibes are in. And then the sound is Lady Killer's remix, that one. And then that sound's also being used. 2 very different bits. You have 2014. And then you have the beach trend, which is basically people at the beach dancing, and that's my description, and then they have like a flash, and then it goes dark, and then they move, and then there's a flash, and then it goes dark. We can't film that because we sadly don't live near a beach.
No, we don't live near a beach.
But if you live near a beach, just search either that sound or search beach trend and see, because I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
If you do.
Oh, I actually know what you're talking about now.
Do you get my description?
I have seen a video of that. Yes, I have. I feel like you could do that anywhere as well.
Yeah.
But, like, if you've got some kind of, like, your office or something, I just think it'd be quite funny.
Oh, you could so do it in your office.
Yeah.
That would be such a laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have a go at it.
Yeah, we will have a go.
I love it. What else have you noticed?
And then my final one was a general trend that I've seen on social media, actually, is like Western line dancing, country, particularly with the did your boots stop working, did your track
that was big last week as well. They're loving it.
Yeah. And then obviously Beyonce, Texas, ain't no hold up.
I love how Eloise is doing the singing now. I've actually just quit, but it's great.
I love it. So obviously those two have really fueled this.
Yeah.
But no, I'm loving it, honestly. I love
They
the
are
hats. I think we did, and then the other one as well, with the sound that we did the other week with the
yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
people loving country, line dancing, that sort of thing.
And I'm so here for it.
I know, I can't complain. And then my final little trend is the travel one. So you might have seen it. It's like a phone on a bag at the airport, and someone's jumping over, and then they'll be like, come on, when they're like abroad in some nice hot country, and then it transitions back to the airport with their friend jumping over the bag as well. It's great. It makes me jealous.
Yes, I love it.
I want to go on holiday. You're going to have to do it when you leave me to go on holiday. But it's just such a vibe. The sound's fun. It just shows, like, you could see it. Maybe think of like a family rom-com-y sort of film intro. Maybe like even Modern Family intro.
Oh, that's
vibes.
so true. Yeah.
And it is just so fun.
I love that.
So I think that's it for trends.
Yes.
And it's a mix. Line dancing to 2014. We're not going to question it.
Yeah. Oh, can I just throw another one into the mix, actually? Because when you talk about the 2014 thing, I was thinking, I have personally seen a lot more dancing on TikTok compared to what there used to be. Because obviously there used to be, like, you know, when it transitioned from Musical.ly, all dances.
Level stuff,
And then it all, like, the dancing kind of faded away and went more to entertaining content, and now the dancing is coming back in again. Have you noticed that?
I have seen quite a lot, and to be honest, it's not something I'm going to be getting involved in. No.
But I do think that these country trends as well with the line dancing is like impacting this. But honestly, like,
get dancing.
I think,
we won't be, but you can do
it. I think like people are changing how they use TikTok again. So
I think so. It's exciting stuff. And then creators wise.
Okay, so I have to get my name on. So my creator this week is Ashton Wood.
Yes.
So you might have heard of her. She's a fellow podcast host. And she was on my For You page loads this week, and I didn't follow her before. But her content is just great, honestly. And then I went through to
Yeah.
her Instagram. I love her Instagram. So check her out if you're into podcasting. Love it.
She sounds great.
Yeah.
And then mine is Addison Justice, who she had this one video viral. She was doing like a get ready with me makeup routine. And to be honest, I did save it. I've got to say, I think I saved it on both accounts by accident as well. Because I saw it and I was like, oh, her makeup just looks stunning. Like, I need to try that out. Saved it. And now she's like blown up. She does have a lot of followers. I think she's on 700,000 on TikTok now. And it is just growing rapidly. I mean, that one video has done wonders for her. She's doing like get ready with me since doing it. Like a how-to tutorial makeup. Definitely a beauty influencer to have a nose for. So that is Addison Justice. And I think that's everything. We've had a lot of updates.
A lot. Yeah.
So go read them in what do you call it? Description
Description, bio, yeah.
Because there's a lot, and we, as much as we try and describe it, we would be here for hours if we went into detail about every single one.
Yes.
So definitely go and have a nosy.
Yeah, and then before we go, can we just say about how great our TikTok's been this week?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
want to
our
thank
TikTok's
everyone
been
for
popping off.
It has.
It's like take
Right?
the mick out of ex-boyfriends and the world loves you. That's the pattern. But it's great.
Honestly, so if you want to check out our TikTok, the link is below, along with our Instagram.
Yeah. It's great. But don't forget to always comment your creators as well, because we do like to have a little
We love a nosy.
at what people are loving, because it's such a mix. Like we say that every week. Ours change every week, so we're glad everyone else's does too.
Yes.
I think that's it for today's episode. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.